guys, it's Kashiba, and welcome to another Google Translate video. So I'm using the AI story generator again, and like I used for the Halloween one, but this time we're doing Christmas stories because it's Christmas. So, yeah. Let's see what fun stuff we can do. Hmm. What would be a fun Christmas story to write about? Akatsuki versus Santa Claus. Versus Santa Claus. Okay, this is what we got. In a quiet, snow-laden village, the Christmas spirit danced through the air, twinkling lights shimmering against the backdrop of a heavy blanket of white. Laughter floated from houses as families gathered, sipping hot cocoa and sharing stories by the fire. Little did anyone know the serenity was about to be disrupted by an otherworldly showdown. Oh, this is gonna get good. Deep within the enchanted woods bordering the village, dark figures flickered into the existing members of the notorious Akatsuki, their cloaks swirling around them like shadows in the night. They had journeyed from their realm, intent on siphoning the joy of Christmas for their nefarious plans. This will be the perfect energy source, Data proclaimed. An unsettling smile curled on his lips. As they plotted, a merry figure burst from the tree line, laughter ringing like bells, with a belly that jiggled like jelly and a beard as white as fresh snow. Santa Claus stood defiantly against the encroaching darkness. Ho, 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 you will not spoil this holiday for the children, he declared, his eyes twinkling with mischief. The Akatsuki, taken aback by this unexpected opposition, readied themselves for battle, but with each snowflake that fell, the warmth of the holiday wrapped around Santa like a protective aura. Jutsu clashed with Christmas magic, fire met snow, and laughter deflected despair. With a final flourish, Santa conjured a massive snowstorm, dispersing the Akatsuki like ashes in the wind, and they retreated. The village remained untouched, its spirit intact. The warmth of Christmas filled the hearts of everyone, proving that hope and joy could withstand the darkest of foes. That night, children nestled in their beds, dreamed sweetly, unaware of the fierce battle fought for their laughter, a tale forever etched in the magic of Christmas. Oh my god. I bet it would be better if I made it longer, but it's like, I'm Google translating this, so I have to keep it short. So, time to Google translate this. Alright. Here's the story translated. Christmas cheer hung in the air in the quiet snow-covered city, and twinkling lights twinkled on the heavy white carpet. Okay. Laughter filled the house as families gathered to drink hot cocoa and share stories by the fire. No one knew that a supernatural conflict would disturb the peace. A dark shadow appeared in the magical forest near the village. They were members of the famous Akatsuki, their robes floating around them like night shadows. They decided to leave the kingdom and turn Christmas joy into an evil plan. This is the perfect power source, Daedar declared, his lips curling into a sinister smile. As they guessed, a cheerful figure appeared in the trees, and the sound of laughter rang like a bell, with his stomach quivering like jelly and his beard as white as fresh snow. Santa stood defiantly in the approaching darkness. Ho, 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 we can't spoil these kids' party, he said, his eyes glowing mischievously. Akatsuki is surprised by the unexpected opposition and prepares for battle. But every time it snowed, the warmth of Christmas enveloped Santa Claus in an aura of protection. Jutsu clashed with Christmas magic. Snow and yelling fire put an end to the disappointment. With his final gesture, Santa creates a huge blizzard, scattering like ashes in the Akatsuki wind. Okay. Despite their backs, don't know what that means, the city remained the same and its spirit remained the same. Okay. The warmth of Christmas filled everyone's hearts and proved that hope and joy can overcome the darkest enemies. That night, the children curled up in bed and had a sweet dream, unaware of the difficult struggle to smile. Yes, it's about struggling with depression on Christmas, not about the Akatsuki and Santa Claus going together. It's the struggle of depression on Christmas Eve. It's a story forever imprinted in the magic of Christmas. Yep. Went from a duel to depression. Okay. All right, time for the next one. What's our next story? I did Akatsuki versus Santa Claus. Let's incorporate Gojo into this story. Gojo discovering the North Pole. That's our next story. Title: Northbound Discovery. The snowflakes danced around Gojo as he trekked through the shimmering white landscape, the chill of the air biting through his layers. Christmas was just around the corner, and he had embarked on an unusual journey, one that led him to the North Pole. The bright moonlight flickered on the ice, illuminating his path as he felt a certain thrill to be where most only dreamed of. As a child, Gojo had always believed in magic. Well, I mean, isn't he a jujutsu sorcerer? He often imagined the joy that filled the air when Santa dashed across the sky bringing gifts to all. But now adulthood had muddled those innocent beliefs. That was until he reached a clearing where soft twinkling lights emerged from the snow like fireflies, lured by an enchanting song. With a curious heart, he walked into the glistening grove and discovered a myriad of tiny cottages, each adorned with garlands and candy canes. Elves scurried about, laughter spilling into the silent night. Gojo rubbed his eyes in disbelief. It was real. A plump figure wrapped in red and white, with a beard that seemed to flow like snow, caught his attention. "Welcome, young traveler," Santa chuckled, his eyes twinkling like stars. "The magic of Christmas is not lost. You must look beyond the mundane." In that moment, Gojo felt the weight of adulthood lift. The North Pole sparkled, not just with eyes, but with a spirit of joy, reminding him of the wonder that still existed in the world. He grinned, the child within him awakening as he joined Santa and the elves ready to embrace the magic once more. Alright. The only problem I have with this is Gojo has always believed in magic, but isn't he a jujutsu sorcerer? Isn't that magical? Alright, time to translate this. Alright, here's the story translated. Title: Searching for the North. As Gozo, not Gojo, it's Gozo. As Gozo sweeps across a bright, sparkling landscape, snowflakes dancing and the chill of the air flowing in layers as Christmas approaches, he embarks on an extraordinary journey that will take him to the North Pole. As a child, Gojo has always believed in magic. Fall into these innocent beliefs, that is, until they reach an empty lot where soft, sparkling lights emerge from the snow like fireflies attracted by a hypnotic song. With a curious heart, he enters the glowing forest and finds many huts, each decorated with garlands and sweets, and laughter spills into the silent light. Gozo rubs his eyes in disbelief. Okay, so I guess we went from the North Pole to a forest. From the North Pole to a forest, got it. A plump, bearded figure, shrouded in a red and white veil, like a stream of snow, caught his attention. Welcome, young traveler, Santa smiled, his eyes shining like stars. The magic of the festival was not lost on the world. At that moment, Gozo felt the importance of being an adult athlete. That was the North Pole was not just snow, but also a spirit of joy that reminded us of the wonders that still exist in the world. He smiled, his inner child awakened, Santa and the elves, and he was ready to embrace the magic once again. Alright. Don't know what an adult athlete has to do with the story, but okay. Alright. What is the next story here? Gotta think of the next story. We did Gojo. We did the Akatsuki. Let's go Santa Claus meets... Should we do the world of meets Jujutsu Kaisen meets... But we just did a meets the Straw Hat Pirates. I hope it gets all the Straw Hat Pirates. And reading a little bit into this, it looks like it does. Okay, here we go. In the heart of a snowy archipelago, a weird word to use, twinkling lights hung like stars against the crisp night sky. The Thousand Sunny, ship of the Straw Hat Pirates, creaked gently as it bobbed on the waves, covered in a thick blanket of glistening snow. Usopp had convinced the crew that they should celebrate Christmas this year, a grand feast filled with joy and mischief. And the gang gathered in the snow-dusted galley. Laughter filled the air, the smell of Nami's spice fruit mold drink wafting through. Suddenly, a flurry of wind burst through an open window, swirling around until a resounding ho 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 echoed through the ship. They turned to find the jolly figure of Santa Claus standing in the doorway, his red coat dusted with snowflakes, a sack of mysterious goodies slung over his back. The crew gaped in disbelief, a mix of awe and mischief twinkling in their eyes. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, Straw Hat Pirates! Santa laughed, his belly shaking like a jellyfish. I heard the sound of laughter and spirit of adventure, so I had to join. Sanji rushed to prepare holiday treats, heart racing at the presence of the jolly icon, while Zoro leaned against the wall, a skeptical eyebrow raised. This is ridiculous, he grunted, but even he felt the warmth of the moment. As Santa handed out gifts, each tailored for the unique crew, the spirit of Christmas enveloped them. Luffy, wide-eyed and grinning, clutched a mysterious box labeled Adventure of a Lifetime. And under the starlit sky, with laughter and joy echoing through the snowy night, the Straw Hat Pirates found a new camaraderie, united not just as pirates, but as a family celebrating the most magical time of the year. Okay. It's an interesting story. Time to translate that. Alright. So, This is the story translated. At the center of the ice island, sparkling lights hang like stars in the clear night sky. Thousands of days, not the thousand, Sonny. The Straw Hat Pirates' ship, covered in a thick cloak, called out softly as they moved on the waves. Sparkling snow, Usopp assured the team that they would be celebrating Christmas this year, a beautiful festival filled with joy and mischief. Laughter fills the air as the gang gathers in the snowy kitchen, smelling of Nami's spicy fruit drinks and cooked fruit. Suddenly, a match sticks out of the open window and spins until a whoa, whoa, whoa echoed from inside the ship. What? They turned to see a strange Santa figure standing in the doorway, his red coat covered in snowflakes, a bag full of treats hanging from his back, while his staff stared at them in disbelief and with a misplaced look of respect in their eyes. Whoa-hoo! Merry Christmas, you straw thieves! Have your stomach shaking like a jellyfish. I feel laughter and adventure, so I must share. Okay. Sanji rushed to prepare the Christmas presents, his heart pounding as the happy icon sat there, and Zoro leaning against the wall, raising an eyebrow suspiciously. This is odd, he muttered, but he could feel the heat in that moment. As Santa hands out presents, each to a different group, everyone is surrounded by the Christmas spirit of Luffy. Yep, Luffy is the whole pigment of Christmas. Yep. Who is open, smiling, and holding a mysterious box with the words, "The Adventure of a Lifetime" written on it. And under the stars, as laughter and joy echoed through the snowy night, the Straw Hat Pirates found a new relationship. Not only reunited as pirates. So they disbanded? They disbanded? Okay. Not only reunited as pirates, but as a family celebrating the most magical time of the year. Okay. Yeah, that one was weird too. Okay. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to come up with something very weird. And I hope it's awful. So prepare yourselves for this one. You're not gonna see the title of this one. Okay. Wait. Okay. I read a little into this one, and this one's gonna be good. Okay, prepare yourselves for this one. It's about to get 18 plus. Title, A White Christmas for the Naughty. The snow was thick on the ground, blanketing in the hidden cloud village in a soft white shimmer. Lanterns adorned with red ribbons flickered in the chilly night, casting an inviting glow onto the lightly trafficked streets. Inside a cozy, dimly lit tavern, laughter and warm spirits intertwined as the sounds of holiday cheer filled the air. In the back corner, at a table stacked with mugs of spiced sake, sat a motley crew of the infamous Akatsuki. The Christmas spirit had taken hold of them in an unexpected way. Deidara, grinning with that signature mischief, had suggested a secret Santa gift exchange with a twist. Each gift had to be decidedly naughty. Let's make this an unforgettable holiday, he declared, a wink playing at the corner of his mouth. As the snow continued to fall, the first gift hit the table. Hidan, eyes gleaming with anticipation, unwrapped a bundle of rope and a set of handcuffs from Kakazu. Ooh, very resourceful, he chuckled, casting a glance around the table that promised trouble. It was Tsunade's turn. Why is she here? She's not part of the Akatsuki. Get out of here. She unveiled a box filled with strategically placed vibrators and massage oils. Giggles erupted around the table, but it was Toby's gift. that truly raised eyebrows. A tiny Santa outfit designed for someone with a very different kind of festive spirit. Oh my. Merry Christmas, he shouted, his mask barely concealing his laughter. They exchanged winks and knowing smiles, that delightful sense of mischief the night summoned within them. As the snow piled outside, they realized this would be a Christmas to remember, full of naughtiness and missed the holiday cheer, where laughter mingled with the essence of harmless debauchery. They'd always been villains, but tonight they were simply friends, indulging in a Christmas Eve waved with a playful sense of abandon. Oh my god. Whoa. Alright, can't wait to translate this one. Oh my, okay, I can tell this didn't translate properly. Theme: White Christmas for pirates. Yep, that's what this is. There was heavy snow on the ground, and the village of Hidden Cloud was bathed in soft white light. In the cold night, lanterns decorated with red ribbons flickered, illuminating the deserted streets with a magical glow. In the cozy, dimly lit tavern, the sound of Christmas cheer filled with laughter and joy. In the corner, a group of familiar Akatsuki sat at a table filled with cups of bitter sake. The Christmas spirit unexpectedly took hold of him. With the signature smile, Deidara offered to exchange some gifts with Secret Santa. Each gift had to be clearly bad. Let's make this holiday an unforgettable memory. As the snow continued to fall, the first gifts landed on the table. Hidon took the rope and handcuffs from Kakuzu's hand with an expectant look. Very clever, he smiled and looked at the table, where trouble awaited. Tsunade was next. She pointed to a strategically placed vibrator and a box of massage oils. There was laughter around the table, but it was Toby's gift that really caught everyone's attention. This was a Santa costume for someone with a completely different Christmas spirit. Merry Christmas, he shouted, barely hiding his smile behind his mask. They winked, smiled knowingly, and expressed the great sense of fun that evening had inspired. As the snow piled up outside, they realized it was going to be a Christmas to remember, full of mischief and the spirit of Christmas, mixed with laughter and the essence of harmless debauchery. They have always been mischievous, but tonight they are friends having a Christmas party full of trouble. Okay, I feel like that could have been better. It was way more wow when I read it from the generator itself. Okay. Alright, we are doing one more story. One more story. What should the last story be? Should we make it another 18 plus one? Or... I might make it another weird one. Another wow one to end it. Alright. This is how we're gonna end it off. With a fan fiction. Title: Silent Night. The snow fell in thick blankets outside, muffling the world in a soft embrace. The streets were adorned with twinkling lights, their flicker casting warm reflections on the windows of the quaint little cabin where you had decided to escape for the holidays. Inside, a fire crackled, filling the room with a golden glow. You wrapped yourself in a plush blanket, a mug of steaming hot chocolate in hand. When the door cracked open, Itachi stepped inside, shaking off the cold like a wolf shedding snow from its fur. His dark eyes sparkled with mischief beneath the weight of his heavy coat, and a warmth blossomed in your chest as you watched him peel off layers to reveal a snug-fitted sweater. "Looks like it's just us," he said, his voice low and smooth. You felt the electric connection between you two intensifying the cozy atmosphere. With the storm raging outside, you moved closer to the fire, nestling beside Itachi on the plush rug. The world faded away and you lost yourself in the warmth of his presence. He leaned in, dark hair cascading forward, brushing against your cheek as he whispered, "What do you want for Christmas?" You smirked, biting your lip. Let's just say I have a few wishes. Before you could continue, his lips captured yours in a fervent kiss, igniting a passion that had simmered for far too long. The kiss deepened, hands exploring as the fire crackled, casting playful shadows on the walls. Outside, the world was cold, but within that cabin, everything was just right. And there, bound by the magic of the season, you both surrendered to the love that warmed your hearts like the fire that danced beside you. That could have been so much better, but okay. Alright, here is the last story translated. Subject: Silent Night. Outside, the snow is falling thickly, covering the world in its soft blanket. There are twinkling lights on the street, and you look out the window of the beautiful house you wanted to escape to during your vacation. Inside, a fire crackled, filling the room with golden light. The door creaked open as you wrapped yourself in a soft blanket and held a piping hot cup of hot chocolate in your hand. Itachi entered, shaking off the cold of his fur like a wolf shedding snow. Makes sense. His dark eyes sparkled mischievously under the weight of his thick coat, and you felt your heart warm as you watched him lift his layers and reveal a thick sweater. "Just like us," he said softly in the cozy atmosphere. I felt the electric connection between the two of us grow stronger. As a snowstorm raged outside, you crawled next to Itachi on the soft carpet, closer to the fire. The world disappeared and you got lost in its warmth. She leaned down, letting her dark hair fall forward, and asked, "What do you want for Christmas?" He whispered, caressing your cheek. You smiled and bit your lip. "Tell me what you want." Before you could continue, his lips kissed you hard, fanning the flames of passion that had been simmering for so long. The kiss deepened, hands casting playful shadows on the wall as the fire crackled. The outside world was cold, but inside that hut, everything was fine. Just fine. So you bowed to the love that warmed your heart, like a fire dancing beside you, bound by the magic of time. Alright, that also could have been better. But okay, that's it for today, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Google translating stuff. Also, follow me on Twitter at Kashiba Gamer Girl and on TikTok at Kashiba-chan. Also, don't be afraid to follow my other TikTok channel at Strawcatcrew, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!